Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to invest in startup companies. So if you've ever watched the show Shark Tank on ABC and wondered if there was a way that you can do what they were doing, basically invest in companies prior to their initial public offerings, their IPOs, then this video will be of some interest to you. So real quick, this is not financial advice. I'm not recommending that you do this or buy any of these companies. This is for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you find value in today's video, please hit the like button. It helps YouTube push this video out to more people just like you. Also, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. So other than that, guys, let's get right on into it. Okay, guys, so the website that I'm talking about here is startengine.com. And startengine.com allows individuals to research and invest in privately owned companies who are not traded publicly on one of your major platforms yet. So they haven't had their IPOs or their initial public offerings yet. And these companies are, seeking capital, trying to raise more money. And as opposed to, these companies having to go around and seek these, public angel or shark investors, they allow these platforms to open it up to the general public online, and it's kind of a win-win for both sides because now your average Joe person can become an investor in these companies before they go public, as well as these smaller companies who need funding. They can apply to be put on this website to raise capital and kind of speed the process up because it's online now, and a lot more people have access to it, and you're not having to go around, knock on doors and make these meetings and um, wait on these larger investors to write you a huge check. You can now have thousands of people invest a small amount into your business to hopefully reach your goal, as opposed to waiting on one or two people writing you a large giant check. So today I'm going to talk about how to invest on this platform. I'll kind of navigate through the website, and then I'll show you a couple of the companies that I've invested in personally. So startengine.com, if you look around here, it gives you the option to start investing or get funding. And if you're going to start investing, that means obviously you're going to put money into one of these companies. If you're looking to get funding, that means you have a business and you're trying to raise capital for that particular business. Okay. And something new that they've just started, you see this trade tab, is if you own shares in one of these privately owned companies, they actually have their own basically trading platform where you can go and sell these shares on basically, I guess you'd call it the black market, and sell your shares to someone else who's looking to buy and get into that company. So instead of you having to wait for the company to go public to sell your shares, now investors have the opportunity to sell them if they decide to do so before these companies hit their IPOs. So if you're going to be an investor, what you'd have to do is make an account, similar to what you would do on Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, Webull, those types of platforms. But if you want to check out the investments, you just click Explore Investments. And there's going to be some filters here. It says filter by progress. You could either click on completed campaigns or in progress. Your industries, there's going to be tons of industries that you can choose from that may be of interest to you. And then you can click on either most funded or recently launched, closing soon. Or if you're new and you want to just kind of look around, you can look at all the, the total number of investments here, which they have 121. So you can just scroll down here and see if anything catches your eye. And if anything catches your eye, then you can click on it and do some research. And if you decide to invest, then simple as that. You just go ahead and invest in that particular company. So one of the companies that I invested in, and I'll click on this one here, that way I can show you around how this is structured, is San Melix Laboratories. Is basically um, it's a company that uses honey to um, make these products to heal basically like wounds, burns, cuts, things like that. And the buckwheat honey, basically, they've done a lot of studies on it that says that it actually helps heal those types of wounds faster. Okay, so if you look at the profile, I'll tell you the name of the company. If you click on this video, it'll give you a rundown of what the company's about, who they are, and it just kind of gives you a brief overview of the company. They have the website here you can click on. Over here, it'll tell you the amount that has been raised so far. It'll give you the valuation of the company, price per share, minimum investment. This is probably the one thing that may turn people off is you're going to have a minimum investment down to invest in a lot of these, in actually all of these companies. You're going to have a minimum. So some will be, $100, $150. This one here in this case is about $250. But you can see you're getting a lot of shares off of that minimum investment. So in this case, if you invest $249.60, you'll own 416 shares of this particular company. And that's what I did is I invested $250 and own, over 400 shares in that company. So if, if I would happen to go on their trading platform and decide I want to try to sell my shares, and maybe someone's looking to buy and I sell them for $100, I'm sorry, for $1, then I would have, almost doubled my money off of this investment. But that's not what I'm in it for. I'm in it for the long term on these type of investments. I'm not just trying to flip a quick profit. So I'm holding on to this one for, a while. As you go down on the website, they're going to give you a rundown, more detailed information of the company, their milestones, their the history of their company, kind of talk about the products, and then if you go further down, then it'll talk about the team, who they are, who's running the company. They'll talk about their major milestones, and you can really kind of dig in and do your due diligence on this particular company almost on this entire page. These pages for these companies are extremely detailed, and then at the very bottom they have updates. And if you invest in this company, then you'll have emails coming pretty regularly telling you whenever they have an update on the company, and you can go and read their updates to kind of keep up with your investment. Another company that I did invest in is GoSun. It's basically products that that are powered by solar power. They have coolers, cookers. As you see, these people are cooking on a little solar powered oven. They have all kind of different products that are run basically on that are solar powered. And this one you cannot invest in anymore. As you see, there's 0 days left on the campaign. It doesn't mean they won't open it back up, but um, that's another thing to kind of take into consideration. They'll give you a timeline on how many days you have left to invest in that company. Okay, guys, so once you actually invest in the company, just a heads up, it's going to take a few days for everything. Actually, it may take longer than that. Sometimes I think the first investment I did took about a week, almost 2 weeks, for everything to fully clear. Okay, so just keep in mind on that once you actually, go through the process. If it doesn't happen right away, don't freak out like I did. I, contacted the company and was like, hey, man, what's going on? So you'll see the timeline here. It has investment in incomplete investment, investment submitted, funds received, funds approved, funds invested. So once these first 4 steps will happen pretty quick, but it's going to take a while before you see the funds invested. So just don't, freak out if you don't see that right away. And then of course, after your funds are invested, you can, view your investment, kind of see the detailed information, view the agreement between you and that company, and then also you have this ownership certificate that you can download and save to your computer, print it out. If you just click on it, it's just basically an agreement between you and that company saying that you do own this amount of shares for that particular business. So if for some reason you ever try to sell the shares, and they deny you saying you're not an owner. This is just kind of backing you, saying, oh, yes, I am. This is my proof. Kind of like you, basically your receipt for investing in that company. Guys, if you want to go and trade and either buy shares of a company, so like the solar company I was telling you about, the offering's over, but if you wanted to invest, maybe someone sell their shares, you would just click on trade, start trading. You would make an account similar to what you would do again on TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, Webull, and you could actually probably buy shares through that company. So other than that, that's all I have, guys. I just wanted to share this information for you who may be interested in some, startup companies. This is again more of a longer term play. You're not gonna, buy these things and turn around and sell them the next week. So this is for, someone who has some money that basically you wouldn't miss, a couple $100 here and there, and want to hold for the long term. So other than that, guys, I hope this helped and provided some new information to you, and we'll catch you in the next video.